What is going on, folks? Handsome Gambler, one goal, clean sweep, picking 5 fights, riding or dying every UFC card. We are beginning a 5 week stretch without a break, and I'm so excited to get back into it after our 1 week off break. I'm going to jump straight into my recap of UFC 106, where I did go 5 of 5. I'm calling that the Quintonary Gambit. Another fancy way of saying 5 for 5. Quintonary Gambit. So what that looked like was I had the vet, Tisha Pennington, over Luana Pinheiro. That was an uneventful fight, but we had the vet winning the decision. I got that one, or won that bet. We had Denise D. Gomes, who sparked Elise Reed. I won that bet also. I had the debut of Yadir Davale over Connor Matthews. Told you about those New England cartel guys. I don't know what's going on over there, but they are not looking good at the top level of mixed martial arts right now. And finally, I had Michael Morales, who sparked Gilbert Dorino Burns. Didn't expect that to happen. He got that dude out of there so fast. I want to see him in a quick turnaround main event. I think we have a star on our hands, folks. This guy is a legitimate star. So now that we got that recap out of the way, we're going to jump straight into UFC Vegas 107. I had to take Ludovic Klein in the fight that he is scheduled to have with Mateus Gamrot. That is the co-main event this weekend. I think Ludovic is the better striker. I think he hits harder. I think it's going to come down to significant strikes versus octagon control and takedowns of Mateus. I don't think Mateus is going to have a lot of success. I think he's going to struggle to get takedowns, as Ludovic has a 90% takedown defense as of the filming of this video. So I think that this is going to end up being a stand-up battle, and Ludovic hits harder and is the better all-around striker. He's going to put some work onto Mateus and win a decision, most likely. Moving on down the line, Andreas Gustafsson taking on Trevin Giles. I'm going to take Gustafsson. Their experience matches up good, I feel like. But I feel like Gus is he's the more dangerous of the two. He hits harder. He is a great camp. His brother used to be UFC light heavyweight champion. And on top of all of that, Giles is on I think he's 1-3 in his last 4 fights. And only one of those was a split decision. So those are honest losses. And he took this fight on short notice. So just a lot going up against him this weekend just to take a fight on short notice. Not looking good in his previous fights. And the dude comes from an excellent training camp. I think that's going to be too much for Trevin Giles this week. And I'm going to take Andreas Gustafsson to win a decision in his debut. Moving on down the line, we got the last minute switch up fight, Billy Ray Goff and Ramiz Brahimaj. I'm going to take Billy Ray Goff. Billy Ray has a higher output. He's got the power advantage. He's younger. Ramiz has not beat a guy with a winning record since he's been in the UFC. Every guy that he's fought and beat in the UFC has had a losing record. So, and another thing, he comes from a camp, old school MMA camp, Travis Lutter. I mean, fantastic Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu ace, but not an MMA guy. not an MMA guy. He actually the camp the owner of the camp that he comes from actually fought Anderson Silva back in the day and got sparked by Anderson Silva. But they're very good at ground tactics, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. So Ramiz is basically sub or bust this weekend, and I don't think he's going to get it done. I'll give him the first 4 minutes to pull something off, but after that, it's going to be all Billy Goff, and I think he'll either knock him out in the late in the third, or he'll win a decision. Moving on down the line, Jafel Filio is taking on Alan Nascimento. I'm going to take Jafel Filio. Alan Nascimento has been off for just over 2 years. He trains at the Shoot the Box where they have those crazy sparring sessions. And I feel like at 33 years old, this is going to be the layoff that causes the detriment to like the downfall of his career. I really think that this is it. Um, I got Jafel winning most likely a decision. Basically, with the layoff, I'm going to say Allen's just a step behind a Jafel. Striking's going to be slightly slower. Not going to be reacting to takedowns if they come in as quick. Not going to be as reactive if he's on his back. Not so quick to get up off his back and not accept the bottom position. I think he's just going to be kind of like what do they call that? Cage rust. He's going to have a serious issue of cage rust, and he's going to have the vision to do the stuff, but his body's just not going to be reacting to do it the way that he needs to. So I take Jafel Filio by decision. Running on down the line, I'm going to take Aaron Blanchfield over Macy Barber. Aaron's the superior fighter, I feel like. She's got the superior ground game. She's not that much of a looker, being honest. If any of these girls is going to have an OnlyFans or any success on OnlyFans, it's definitely going to be Macy. So I feel like Aaron's going to want it more. She trains harder for this. I feel like she's the more physical of the two girls. Macy is tough, so I don't think she's going to get finished. But I think this is one-way traffic. I think it'll be competitive the first 7 or 8 minutes. And then after that, it'll be all Aaron Blanchfield. And if she subs her in like the third or fourth, or just beats her up for the 25 minutes. But I think it's going to be one-way traffic. Like I said, late sub. I take just the money line it if you were worried about it. But you got to chase that plus money. Maybe late sub, double decision, if you can find something like that. And I'll always like adding a little tidbit when I can add a tidbit. It's always great. The Jordan Levitt, what's the kid's name? Kurt Hollabaugh fight. Stay away from that fight. Stay away from that fight. I'm telling you. That fight is all over the place. We got one guy that's been active and can't stop takedowns, taking on a guy that has not been active, and all he needs is one takedown. So I would stay far, far away from that fight. Tread very lightly. I'm not going to do anything there. Well, we made it through another episode of the Handsome Gambler. I like to end it this way. Stay sharp, play smart, bet with charm, and win with style. I am the Handsome Gambler, and I am cashing out. See you next week.